Hello there. Got a seed order in from Bellamy Trees today. There's a logo there. And I kind of wanted to share with you guys what I went and got. I've been doing a lot of research on tropical fruit trees and hoping to have some fun growing some of those, mostly indoors in my area because we get very cold here in Oregon. But we'll see how everything goes. Anyways, definitely check out Bellamy Trees if you have any interest in tropical fruit trees or subtropical fruit trees. They have a very nice selection over there all the time. They're constantly updating. Everything here, as you can see, looks nicely packaged. They come in humid vermiculite, and yeah, a lot of things are even pre-germinated. So that's pretty cool. I like not having to do the hard part, but I'm sure some of it will not be germinated yet, and that's fine too. I'm all here for all of this. I've been looking at a few different families. I mainly have been focusing on myrtles and annonas and the families that they belong to. But I've also been kind of directed towards like the sapotes, like the potarias and soft fruits. And those have been interesting. They have a lot of endangered species available, and various species that have very good potential for like botanical study and food consumption, and we'll see how all that goes for me. I don't even know if these trees will produce fruit in my area, if I can even get them to a size where they will fruit. We'll see. This is going to be a journey. That said, I'm going to go through the list of things that I got and try to read. The handwriting is great, but I'm not good at reading other people's handwriting, so I'm sorry if I mess it up. Also, I don't speak all the languages that the names are in on some of these, so bear with me. Anyways, we'll get started over here with the Eugenias. We got Eugenia AFF rostrifolia. And those produce decent sized orange fruits. They're supposed to be really tasty. Looking forward to those. I got the Eugenia AFF arandanos. Those I don't know much about. If I recall, they're a dark purple, almost black colored fruit with a lighter flesh color. And it looks like a decent sized seed. I imagine it's fairly prolific just due to the size of the fruits. But we'll see as they all. And one of the things that I was mainly going for, like rarity aside, was flavor, of course, because I do want to consume these. So most of these should be tasting pretty good. I don't know what this one is. I can't read that. I want to say it's kaole. I don't know. Eugenia SP Caule Vermelho. I don't know. Anyways, I honestly don't even remember this species, which one it is off the top of my head. But yeah, got that. Eugenia, I believe is SP Caribbean, or I don't know, something like that. Another one that I can't recall off the top of my head. These are Eugenia melicantha, and these I've actually been looking at for a while. They weren't in my original order, but when I was given the option to change a few things, I decided to put this in. They look interesting. The fruits in the picture, green and bumpy. They say they're pretty hard to find in the wild, and that the fruits may not taste the greatest in comparison to some other ones, and that they don't fruit prolifically. But here's hoping that we get a seedling with maybe better flavor than the mother tree had, and maybe some, if we're really lucky, some better flavor and some better production. That'd be nice. We got Eugenia SP Merriam. And those are, it looks like the seed is fairly big, meaning the fruits are going to be bigger than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be like slightly bigger blueberry size, but yeah, that looks like a pretty decent sized seed to me. So they're bigger than I thought they were going to be, I'm assuming. Eugenia violetta, I do remember these saying that they're going to taste similar to strawberries, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I wanted to get some of those just to compare what I thought they tasted like. Eugenia Batinga Verdier, Verdier. I'm butchering this one. I'm sure it's not even what I think it says, but yeah, I got some of those. I also noticed as I was taking these out that there's some extras in each of the packages. So thank you, Cameron. Really appreciate the extras. Having more chances to get the trees that I want is always a major plus in my opinion. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that. Here we got Eugenia SP Altissima. And those also are kind of like the Merriams, where I thought they were going to be smaller than they are. But I'm actually excited that these fruits are bigger than I think they are. You know, if they taste good, then more for me. Eugenia SP Veludo. I don't remember a lot about this, just that I really wanted it, and it was another one of those varieties that I added to my order later on. So, yeah. And we got the Eugenia Cereja Palista. I believe they're also called Palista Cherry. And yeah, I've heard good things about those, so I wanted to grab some, and I picked up a seed there. Eugenia multicostata. Those I wanted to get because they got these really cool like ribs kind of like a patanga tuba, if you know what that is. I don't know too much about the ribbed type fruits on these, but that one's supposed to be really tasty. It's supposed to be fairly rare. And I wanted to get some more varieties of it, but I just didn't have the money to, and I made some other prioritizations over those because they were more expensive. The Eugenia SP Arabidae. Yeah, I don't remember which one that is off the top of my head. Again, I imagine it probably says it's kind of hard to find and maybe tasty. Eugenia Hyemalis. I don't remember looking too much into this one. I just thought that it was kind of in the affordable range, and I wanted some more Eugenias. So I grabbed this one. Eugenia Soraya, I believe. It's an SP, Eugenia SP Soraya. Once again, I can't remember off the top of my head which one that is. There's going to be a lot of those if I don't have the list right in front of me, which I didn't think to maybe pre-print some things, but at the same time, I just sharing the list of things I got. So this one is really interesting. The Eugenia SP Libesia or Libesia. I'm not entirely sure, but it's got orange fruits. It's supposed to be tasty, like really tasty, if I recall. And then on top of that, it's got this cool leaf, like new growth leaf variegation, where it looks like it kind of outlines the main leaf veins with a lighter green. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I wanted to see if I could get those to grow. So I got one. It actually was pretty expensive for a while, and it just recently he got another shipment in, I'm assuming, and was able to reduce the price on it by quite a bit. So I was able to pick one up. Eugenia SP Bakuri. Looks like another larger fruit with a very large seed. We'll see how those go. Syzygium elliptilum. These are cool looking fruits. I think this is one of the ones that I got more for the look and to have more syzygiums. I've got some lily pillies that I got from my sister's house that are currently growing. So they're a pink fruited variety, and so I wanted to get some more. This one looked pretty unusual, so I decided to grab it. There was another one that was more expensive that I didn't grab that I wanted to get, but I decided maybe on the next order, whenever that will be, which will probably be next time I have a decent amount of money. Anyways, so I got those. Pretty excited. They've got a ribbed fruit, and if I recall in the picture, it's like a light greenish, whitish color. So that also I thought was very interesting. I feel like you don't see a ton of white fruits, like they exist. It's not like they don't exist, but I like to pick them up whenever they're available. And that was one of the lighter colored fruits that looked almost white in the picture, and I thought that was interesting. So I'll keep an eye on those. I'll get to see how they actually turn out, hopefully, if they turn white or if they stay green or what their deal is. I've been looking forward to these. These are Psidium guayabilisa. If I recall, this is one of the ones that is like a ground cover guava. They grow very short and then they kind of spread outwards along the ground, like the stems do, as opposed to upwards like a tree. So outward shrub, like a crawling shrub. If that's the one I'm thinking it is, I think it's the one I'm thinking it is. But yeah, it's supposed to be. I thought that was interesting. Most of the guavas that I've seen have all been either a tree or a shrub, and so to see one that's also like kind of a ground cover is really cool to me. Excited to see how those turn out, and hopefully they grow well for me. Here we got Merciaria floribunda arborea. I only ordered, I think, one Merciaria species this time. Like they're pretty cool, but I think I'm more interested in the Plinias than the Merciarias. I do not have a Plinia in this half of the order, but I did order a Plinia. So yeah, once again, not sure exactly what happened to the other half of the order. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, but the post office did not send the other half. So I'll be looking into that later on. But yeah, excited about this one. If I recall, it said it might have some cold hardiness to it, which would be good for my area because we do fairly often, at least I would say once a month during the winter, get down to about like the mid-20s in recent years. However, in the past, we've gotten way colder, so hopefully we don't get that cold. But yeah, so if we stay like in the mid-20s, high 20s, then these should hopefully grow pretty well, even in ground with some protections like mulch and sorry for the shaking. Mulch and maybe some plastic if needed, just to cover from snow, which we occasionally get. We got the Mercias. This one, actually, this is the only one that got sent because the other ones are in the other half, I think. Anyways, this is Mercia Cambui Preto. And once again, it was a colder, hardier variety. And it sounded like they were pretty tasty, so I went and grabbed that one. Annona Xylopia folia, if I recall. That one looked interesting in the picture, and I've only really tried a few varieties of one species of Annona so far, but it is so good that I want to try more Annonas. That plus I keep hearing that Annonas in general have really amazing flavors, So yeah, I grabbed that one mostly because it's another Annona species. I grabbed a handful of Annonas, I believe, that were still available. So yeah, I also got the Annona salzmanii. That one, they say that it's quite possibly one of the best tasting wild Annona types. So I'm looking forward to trying that out and seeing what the salzmanii is all about. Sticking to the Annona family, we got Xylopia ochrantha. The Xylopia genus is pretty interesting. They have, if I recall, this is the one that has the like finger-shaped fruits, almost like a thinner pawpaw, like American pawpaw, where they kind of grow in a bunch. But I believe this one grows more, is it cauliferous? Something like that, where it grows like on the trunk. It looked like it was growing on the trunk rather than on the branches. And I thought that was interesting. So looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Unionopsis Columbia, or SP Columbia. This one, if I recall, looked similar to, I mean, kind of almost like pawpaws as well, but more like it had a clear stem that went out to like a more egg-shaped fruit at the end of it, but still in a cluster like you would see pawpaws or the xylopias. And I thought that was fun. I want more Annonas, so I grabbed that one as well. Once again, staying within the Annona family, we got Daguetia magnolioidea. That one's a mouthful for me to say. There's a lot going on there. The fruit looks really pretty. It's got kind of it almost looks like screw pine, where it's got little segments, and then each of the segments has a Nona-like pulp inside of it, I believe, with a seed. And you eat the pulp inside of each of the segments. If I recall on this one, the outside of the fruit is green, and as it ripens, the inside of the segmented area is more of a pink color, and the fruits look really pretty. Supposedly they're really delicious. I'm looking forward to seeing if I can get this one to fruit. They're supposed to get very, very large, and I don't know if that one will survive our freezes here or our snowstorms that we occasionally get, our ice and sleet storms either. But I mean, well, we'll see if I end up planting it in the ground. But if I can fruit it in a pot, that'd be great. That'd be amazing. I'm really wanting to try those. Okay, so things I don't know as much about is the Poterias. We got the Poteria SP Acre. I don't remember if all of the Poterias I grabbed are endangered, but they are apparently more on the rare side. This one was a mouthful for me to say when I could see what I was looking at, but let's see if it Poteria argucuoensium. Arguecoensium. I don't know. That one. I believe they're like a decent sized fruit, probably similar to the acre. I do know they kind of all look like the, is it lucumas that I'm thinking of? They kind of got green on the outside and like a yellow, drier looking flesh on the inside. But they look really good. So I don't know. Looking forward to tasting it eventually someday. Pateria Samophile. I don't remember which one this is off the top of my head. I do not think it's like these two, but I did get a few that are like these. Pateria pachycalyx. This one is interesting. They were saying it's critically endangered, and it's got these interesting looking fruits that are lobed. They're kind of, how to describe? I can't think of how to describe it, but they're kind of bumpy, loby, like the inside of a mangosteen. If you open up a mangosteen, the outside of the fruit kind of looks like the inside of the edible part of the mangosteen. So those are interesting. I like the shape. I like the idea of growing threatened species. Hopefully, if I can get these to fruit, I can spread the love and share some seeds with people. That'd be great. Anyways, I'm going to continue on. Here we got Manilcare trifolia. I don't remember much about the Manilcares, just that they say that they're rarer, and they, I believe, they sound like they taste pretty good. So especially this one here. I hear a lot about these, the Manilcare salzmanii. They're a darker color, almost black, like a really dark purple or black color, if I recall. Those ones look pretty interesting to me. This one is Predosia SP. I'm sorry, I can't read that. And I don't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I remember the inside of the fruit on the picture kind of looks like orange sherbet. And I was like, man, I know it's not going to taste like that, but I just want to buy it for that. And so I got that one. It was one of the cheaper ones when I got to it. I think before it was decently pricey, but not too crazy expensive. But I got it for a good price. Mauriri, is it Chiarensis? I don't know. The Mauriris are interesting. They grow similar to Jaboticabas, plinias more specifically. Where they grow cauliflorously on the trunks of the trees. And if I recall, these fruits are orange. I know they had a red variety on this website as well, but I was not able to grab that. Once again, I prioritized other things. And then I got this Clavia SP. They say it's out of Colombia, I believe. And once again, it's got the clawliferous fruits. Clawiflorous fruits. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, it looked interesting, and I wanted to grow it. This particular one, if I recall, has like 3-foot long leaves, and I also thought that was cool, and could be good for ornamental purposes as well. So hopefully we can get all these going. Anyways, that is it for this seed order. Once again, definitely check out Bellamy Trees. Great website for all of your tropical and subtropical fruit tree needs. They do have a few other things on there that aren't fruit trees, if I recall, or at least not edible, but not as much of that kind of stuff as the edible fruit trees, which of course I am most interested in at the moment. And this is the first half of the first orders that I have put in. So I'm looking forward to the next half, and I will hopefully see you guys on that video as well. Thank you very much for watching.